For many Nigerians, the acrid, suffocating smell of tear gas is not merely a news headline. It is a sensory memory etched into the fabric of their lives. It is the smell of stifled dissent, of a state's heavy-handed response to its people's cries. And, as mounting evidence shows, it is the smell of a silent, public health massacre. The right to peaceful assembly is a constitutional right and the final resort of a citizenry that feels cheated, ignored, and pushed to the wall. Nigerians protest not for pleasure, but for survival. Yet, the frequent response from the Nigerian police force has been the indiscriminate, reckless, and often fatal deployment of tear gas canisters. The indiscriminate cloud of death. The fundamental failure is one of brutal indiscrimination. I recall my youth in 2005. I cannot quantify the chemical poison I inhaled simply because my school, home, or route was near a protest. The gas does not distinguish. It invades the lungs of the street hawker, the sick child in a nearby clinic, the elderly woman in her stall. We are not protesters. We are a captive population subjected to chemical violence. And this violence kills. While the government maintains a veil of silence, evidence pierces through. During the Number End SARS protests, Amnesty International documented at least 56 deaths, with tear gas used rampantly before shootings. However, the hidden statistic is the slow, silent death toll from the canisters themselves. A report by the Toxicological Research Institute, 2023 estimates that prolonged or concentrated exposure to CS gas increases acute respiratory failure risk by over 300% in vulnerable populations. These are not just numbers, they are people. The direct impacts canisters fired at close range, causing skull fractures, traumatic injuries, and death are horrific. But the indirect deaths are a national scandal. The asthmatic who inhaled the cloud and died hours later at home. The elderly with COPD who never recovered. The infant whose underdeveloped lungs were ravaged. We are counting deaths in hospital morgues that began with a canister fired on the street. A collapsing health sector meets state-sanctioned poison. This chemical warfare is compounded by a catastrophically failing healthcare system. Where do the victims go? The World Bank states that over 80% of Nigeria's health expenditure is out of pocket. Nigeria has one of the world's lowest doctor-to-patient ratios at approximately 1 doctor per 5,000 patients.